Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we are going to look at the half reaction method for balanced redox equation in basic solution. So first, we use the half cell reaction method as specified for acidic solution to obtain the final equation as if hydrogen ion were present. To both sides of the equation, add a number of OH group ions that is equal to the number of hydrogen ion present. So you want to eliminate hydrogen ion by turning it into water molecule, and of course form water molecule on site containing both hydrogen ion and OH ions, and then you eliminate the number of water molecules that are shared on both sides of the equation. And then the last rule is actually check that element and charges are balanced. So let's look at this equation. So let's look at now how we are going to balance this equation. So now we have silver react with cyanide to plus oxygen to give silver cyanide plus water molecule. So how are we now going to balance this equation? So first we have to make sure that we divide the equation into two half equation. So how do we divide it? First, we now try to identify the oxidation number of silver. So you can see that here the oxidation number of silver here is 0. And then if you now check it here, of course, the oxidation number changed to +2. So it means that it is an increase in oxidation number. So that is why this one undergo oxidation. Whenever there is an increase in oxidation number, so it means that it undergoes oxidation. And then the second one, we have oxygen. So we have oxygen. So if we have oxygen and it now changed to water, so what will be the oxidation number of oxygen? Of course, from here, we know that the oxidation number is usually -2. So it's 2 oxygen, so we have -4. And then in the other case, we have oxidation number of oxygen to be -2. So therefore, of course, it means that the oxidation number really changed from, although here it is 0, of course, oxidation number, because the net charge is nothing, so it's 0. So therefore, and now here is -2, so there is a decrease in oxidation number. So that is why here we have reduction. So here is 0 and here is -2. Because of this hydrogen have +1 and it's 2, so times 2 plus times -2, and of course we have 1 hydrogen, and of course it's 2 hydrogen, so +1 times 2. Then we have X, that is for the oxygen, because it is unknown here, so equals to 0. So +1 times 2, we have +2 plus X is equal to 0. So we now have X is equal to -2. So it means that it's decreased from 0 to -2. So it means that it undergo reduction. So now, based on that, we have to balance the number of cyanide, because here we have 2 cyanides and here we have 1. So we have to balance it by adding 2 here. So it means that the number of cyanide here increases. Then we have to also balance the number of electrons. So the number of electrons here for the cyanide is -1. And here we have 2 molecules of cyanide, so it's -2. So to balance the equation, you have to add 1 electron. So if you add 1 electrons here at the product site, then it now becomes -1. So you have -1 here and here also -1. Then the next one is oxygen. We have to balance oxygen. So how do you balance oxygen? Of course, by adding water molecules. So, but of course, it is already water molecules here. So how do we balance it? By adding hydrogen. So to balance oxygen, to balance water molecules here, we add hydrogen. So because here is already 2 molecules of water, so but how do you know that it is 2 molecules? No, because we have 1 molecules of water here and we have 2 molecules of oxygen. So to balance the number of oxygen, we have to add 2 here, so that the number of oxygen will be balanced to be 2. So we have 2 oxygen here, and of course the number of hydrogen are 4. So we are adding 4 hydrogen ion. So to balance oxygen, you add water molecules so that you get water at the end. So then after that, we now have The number of we already now balance the number of the atoms and then the number of electrons in each of the half equation. But what next? We need to balance the number of electrons, because here we have 1 electrons and here we have 4 electrons. So we must actually have a value that at the end it will now neutralize the electrons, and then we cancel them. So we can just say, okay, let's now take the coefficient of electron here and multiply it through this equation. So the coefficient of electrons there is 4. So we are now going to multiply it by 4. So that is why here we have 4. So after we have 4 times silver, we have 4 silver plus 2 times 4 here, we have 8. That is how we obtain this equation. And then, of course, this one is 1. So we have to take the 1 here and then multiply this. So that is why we have this sample. So after we do this, what next? The number of electrons are balanced, and then the number of atoms, that is the element, are also balanced. So what do we do next? Because we said that it is actually an alkaline medium, so we add 2 equations. We add equation 1 here and 2, we add them. So we have to add them. So this is what we have. We add them here. But we said that it is in alkaline medium, so we have OH. So we must add OH. So that is why here we add 4 molecules of OH group. So once you add a molecules of OH here, it means that these hydrogen atoms will now produce, or will now react with the OH to produce water molecule. And of course here we have 4 hydrogen ion, we have 4 OH. So that is why at the end here we have 4 molecules of water. So here we have 4 molecules of water, and here we have 2 molecules of water. Of course, here this one would be cancelled, and then 2 molecules will be left here. And that is what we have here. So after we do that, after eliminating water molecules, then the next thing is to recheck the balance of the element and charges and see if we are correct. So once you do that and you check and you realize that you are correct, then you are done. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the first time you are coming to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. We also have, you can join to my channel. You can join to my channel monthly. There are some special packs that will be actually sent to members. So thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. Thank you. So till we meet in the next video.